contain spheres of existence where, you know, this is how the giant camp operates, and it's totally different from anything else, and you have this entirely different dynamic. I mean, you could ignore this type of thing and just fight the giant and fight everything you find, but I like playing around with the AI systems and see how they react to the types of things you do. Oh, cool! And I found a
dagger of dismay.
Nice. Yep.
Well, there's full-blown ecosystems. I mean, you see, like you'll be walking around at night and you'll hear wolves howling, you know, wolves crying, and you can actually find the wolves based on where they're howling from. They're howling to each other. It's the full moon. You know, Walter was telling us the other day he was waiting by a pond at dawn, and as the sun came up, deer came to the pond to drink. And it's just like all these dynamic systems that are happening all the time. It's so cool.
Oh, that's Lydia.
Oh, Lydia, where have you been?
Yeah, see, she didn't do the best job of following me there. Oh, imp stool. That sounds terrible too.
It's like Last of the Mohicans. Like, she'll go to the ends of the earth for you, Charles.
She will. She's pretty dedicated, but unfortunately she was kind of slow on the uptake there. It's like if I had actually gotten into a giant fight here. Now I need to get out of here.
This giant is not much of a problem for you.
He could be. Giants are actually really difficult, and as the game I don't think I can get up there. Oh boy. Okay. As the game scales as you level, giants are... Ooh, there's another treasure chest. And it's not locked. 5 lockpicks, that's actually pretty good.
Considering that you're breaking them all.
Yeah. My lockpicking has not been exemplary. But yeah, giants will basically one-hit kill you. Or they will my character at least. Oh, there's 2 of them! Oh my god. They will my magic character because I have like no armor and hardly any health, so if they hit me, my guy goes flying into a death spiral.
Sometimes quite literally, depending on how the bugs work out. Right. You can get kicked off into the air and fly out in space.
Yeah, sure. You can actually rocket it almost up into the clouds.
I think that's more of a feature, actually. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
right? The bugs are endearing.
They are. They're kind of, and I mean, the game does so much right that, you know, you see bugs in a lot of games, but it's so much easier to tolerate them in this game just because of the overall experience that you're getting. You know, if it was entirely like open world games in general, you just don't find open world games that are free of bugs. I remember I loved the Gothic series back when that was more active and being developed by Piranha Bytes, and like Gothic 3 was just a total disaster when that game came out, and I was so excited about it, and it was just a total buggy mess, and so much of it just didn't work, and that's not the case with Skyrim, and generally is not the case with the Elder Scrolls series, although the Elder Scrolls series certainly has its share of bugs, there's no question about that, but it tends to not be as bad as in some other products.
And there's just so much going on at once.
Yeah,
there are different systems.
I guess maybe I should visit this stronghold. I was trying to find some dragons, and I think there's one up on... They're usually up on mountain ranges, and actually you can see, if you see different icons scrolling through my nav bar up top, if a dragon head shows up in that nav bar, it won't be on the main map because I haven't discovered it yet, but it'll show up in the nav bar as I approach it. And then those are usually word walls out in the environments, and word walls are guarded by dragons.
Okay. Viewers, I want to remind you we're giving away a bunch of copies of Skyrim, including this gigantic box, this collector's edition. If you want to win this, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/IGN for your chance to win.
Okay, this is a fort. Ooh, I don't know what that guy's doing.
He's shirtless. He's gotta be
cool. He's a bandit.
He's got a bow and arrow now.
Oh, it's a fight. We are fighting.
Fight some bandits. Go in, Charles.
All right, it's
you versus the bandits.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you got Lydia though, right?
I hope so.
Where is she?
I don't know. She may have gotten distracted by the giants back.
Oh, come on, here she is.
Oh, so she intelligently pulled out a bow, and will hopefully attack some people. Yep, she just hit that guy right in the. Oh boy.
That guy's got like a.
That's a Khajiit. Cool. The cat people. One of the 10 races you can play as in.
Have you played around with those guys?
I have not. No, I haven't actually played as a Khajiit.
I think I'm going to be a cat person.
You could. Yeah. Yeah, and the character creator, I mean, just because you don't make detailed class decisions at the creator anymore, like you don't pick major and minor skills, you don't do that kind of thing, which is typical for Elder Scrolls, oops, I didn't mean to pick up her weapon. You do still get a chance to play around with a whole bunch of sliders to adjust the appearance of your character, so you can really make something that you want. Even if a lot of, hey-oh, I think I got that guy. I chopped his head and he froze, so double insult there. But even if, I mean, most of you wind up being so covered in armor that it's like, who cares what I did with my face? It actually looks like, does the armor adjust depending on what your head looks like? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember the...
Well, it's longer.
Yeah, I don't remember this
longer.
helmet being so wide before, so maybe it actually is... they made slightly different models for different characters. I don't know. That may be me seeing things.
Charles, Afromatic480 has a question for us.
That's a pretty good Twitter name.
How many different dragon shouts are there?
I believe there is somewhere in the vicinity of 20, if not exactly 20. I didn't find every single one. I think on my higher level character I have 17, I want to say. And they let you do a whole bunch of different things. It's not just, oh, hey, now I can do attacks and stuff. Although I can, and I don't know, I completely forgot to use Dragon Shouts, but I should probably use Unrelenting Force, considering I actually have it.
Yeah, I learned how to clear the weather last night, which I know you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, and so you get sort of, and that's more of a cosmetic thing, although it does come in useful in a few instances. But a lot of them have to do with attacks. So if I'm not focusing on upgrading my magic or anything like that, I still have the ability to, to shoot fire, to shoot frost, but also to do things like call animals to my aid, as well as there's a slow time shout that will just slow down all time and let you more effectively manage a chaotic situation for a short period of time. That's really useful, and actually has a really cool visual effect to it as well. This character does not have it, and I don't know if I'm actually going to find that in this playthrough, but I can try to.
We're being tempted with pizza.
We are being tempted with pizza right now.
It's very tempting. We're hunting dragons. You can't eat pizza when you're hunting dragons.
Oh my god. I don't know if I can handle a slice of pizza right now.
Yeah, it's too tense.
That would be good, but
who's fighting the
Thank you,
giant?
Okay, so this is just a random dynamic event that's happening where those guys thought attacking a giant would be a good idea, and he is seriously irritated right now. However, because he's running off and attacking bandits, notice how bandits in video games never very smart. I'm just going to steal his stuff while he's doing that. Cowhide? Sure. Horsehide?
Now, why is the horsehide rolled and the cowhide's not?
I don't know.
This is a good place for the next question from Cax Dragon. He wonders, is there still a limit to the amount you can carry?
Yes, yeah, there's absolutely a weight limit, which you can see at the bottom of the screen. Right now, I'm at a 305 limit. You can boost the limit. I don't have a level up right now, but if you increase your stamina, you will increase your carrying capacity.
Always? So, I mean, like each time you level up your stamina, you don't get more carrying capacity.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, so every time you bump up your stamina, you can basically carry more. So it basically benefits, because stamina is more useful for characters that use weapons and not necessarily for those that use magic. You wind up with more of a carry weight with people who are using like heavy armor, heavy weapons, which is actually really nice because heavy armor weighs a whole lot, so you need that extra space if you're going to actually add anything extra. Where did this go? There we go.
Viewers, we have T-minus 3 minutes until we give away another copy of Skyrim. If you want your chance to win, tweet us at IGN with the hashtag Skyrim. 3 minutes.
I think I killed everything. Oh, nope. I didn't.
Skeever.
Surprise Skeever. Got him. I don't know if this is actually going to do anything now. Curse you, Skeever. Oh, he's dead. So, I mean, yeah, you have little...
Is he dead at dead end floating?
Little glitches like this.
Yeah.
Again, not really a big deal, but, I mean, noticeable. Activate pedestal, that's not going to do anything. I think I need something special to do here, which I do not have. So I am going to leave this room. There's Lydia.
You have to put something on that pedestal.
Yeah, it looks like it. There's a shield in this direction, but I'm just trying to get to... Yeah, there's a fort up there. Yeah, the moon.
On the moon?
I don't think you can go to the moon, unless that's a shout. I'm not sure.
It's the Elder Scrolls 6.
The old moonshot. Well, yeah, I mean, most Elder Scrolls games take place in specific landmasses, so I'm sure whatever the next one is, it'll be probably prettier than this, I would assume.
Charles, Darth Nader 88 asks, since there is marriage in the game, does that mean there will be babies?
I still haven't gotten married in the game. I didn't see an achievement on the Xbox 360 version for actually producing children, so I don't know the answer to that. I don't know what you would do with them. I guess they would just wander around your home or something like that. But who knows? Maybe it isn't there. There's enough other content that it wouldn't really surprise me.
If you had a son, what do you think you would name him in Skyrim?
Dragon Face.
Dragon Face? That kid's gonna get picked on in school, Charles.
No, it's fine. It's Dragon Face.
It's pretty descriptive knowing what character you have now.
That is already an insult. That's like if his name, yeah, I think he's fine. Tail physics. Nope, I'm still getting attacked here.
Here's the thing. Can you marry other races, do you think? Do you think you could have a cat person marry a lizard person?
Yeah, I think Stephanie, who was on the live stream before, was saying that you can do, you can basically marry anyone, provided you have the correct item, which apparently unlocks that. I'm going to go towards the Skyrim symbol, which I think is a camp.
Is it Imperial camp?
I believe so, yeah.
We're going to give away another copy of Skyrim right now. This one goes to our Twitter follower, Josh Cub, who asks, are there various races for horses, like in Oblivion?
You will see different kinds of horses, for sure. And depending on which quests you do, you will find, in particular, a really cool horse. Again, it's just part of how many really interesting rewards there are in this game, depending on how far into it you decide to get. If you really dig in and do a lot of the content, you can find some really, really cool stuff, including horses.
Thanks for your question, Josh Cub. Enjoy your copy of Skyrim. Viewers, we've given away 4 copies of the standard edition so far. We have 4 more to give away, plus 1 collector's edition. For the collector's edition, you'll need to go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/IGN. Charles is going to steal a horse now.
I could steal a horse. Actually, you know what? I should just steal a horse. So this is the Legion, by the way. Skyrim is not in good shape, but as soon as I wandered in here, they were talking, and again, I went to the wrong menu, and a quest just popped up. Now I have a miscellaneous quest, join the Imperial Legion. That's another quest line you can go on, and I'm going to steal their horse.
Charles, a Twitter user, another one with a name that's difficult to pronounce, asks, is there some kind of banking or storage in the game to keep extra stuff?
Yes, and is this Lydia? She's going to be like, what are you doing to me here? No, that's not Lydia.
Lydia's given up on you at this point.
Yeah, she's like, you are crazy.
Will Lydia get on the horse with you?
I don't think you can do it. I don't think it's a 2-person horse.
She probably went back to Whiterun just to wait for you.
But the storage question, yeah, you can technically put items in any storage container in the game, or just drop them on the ground if you want to, but they're not necessarily going to stick around if you do that. You want to own property before you start storing items. So, I mean, the weight limit, I'm getting attacked by 3 wolves while I'm on horseback. I'm just going to keep going. The weight limit is prohibitive in that if you're in a dungeon and there's a whole bunch of awesome heavy armor or relics or something that weighs a lot, then that could be irritating for getting that equipment out of the dungeon. But if you just want to offload before going on a quest, then you can go into your house and just store stuff anywhere. And actually, I would recommend, just because you can't actually sort chests, so you can't sort it so that it's weapons and armor or in very clear categories. It's kind of muddled a little bit, although there does seem to be some sorting, but you can't actively sort it. So eventually you will wind up with, if you don't take steps to put items in all sorts of different containers, then you'll just wind up with this giant unmanageable mess of items sitting in your house. So I would recommend putting weapons in one, like in a wardrobe, armor in your bedside chest or something like that, and mix it up a little bit so that it's a little more manageable in the long run. Because while it may seem fine initially, it'll eventually get kind of messy. So just to give you an idea of how far I've actually run in this period of random wandering, I am almost a Dawnstar, which is on the northern edge of Skyrim. I started down here, not Falkreath, but around Helgen.
Right there.
That's where the story starts at Helgen. Went up through Riverwood, Whiterun, and yeah, I'm now up near Dawnstar. I still haven't found any dragons. I know there are dragons in these hills, but yeah, I unfortunately have not discovered any yet. So I am going to continue trying to do that.
Whoa, I like that.
Yeah, that's actually just for vision. I don't think that is not a bug, as far as I know.
So mammoths will show up on your radar.
Yeah, mammoth camps are distinct locations that, I mean, yes, they're full of mammoths, but also they just help for fast traveling, because if you uncover enough things that are just randomly set around the world, then it just makes it easier for later questing. If you get a quest goal that's like in some part of the world that a major city isn't close to, if you've explored enough, then you'll have locations that you can then visit that make it a lot easier.
One of our Twitter followers asks, how long does it take to get through the main story of Skyrim?
Oh, this is a hostile area, or maybe they're just attacking those wolves. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they don't realize that this is a stolen horse. The main story, that is a good question, and I don't really know how long it took because I didn't do it all linear in a straight shot. I sort of did a couple main story quests, went around, just did a whole bunch of other stuff, would return like 10 hours later, and then continue doing main story stuff.
Looked at your inventory for half an hour.
Looked at my skills for half an hour. Yeah, just lots of ways to get distracted. Oh, I believe they can, yeah, actually I'll go inside. I believe one of these vigilants, these guys don't like demons, which I would discover.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't think anyone likes demons. Although you can do, like in Elder Scrolls games Fast, you can do quests for demons.
You get cool items.
Daedric quests, and you get some really cool rewards for them, and usually those quest structures are really creative, and like the things that they ask you to do are much different and appropriately demonic as opposed to what normal
what is rolling off the table?
That's like a Daedra heart, is it?
Yeah, maybe a demon heart or human
What?
heart. Yeah, it's a demon heart. I'm not gonna, or Daedra heart. Sorry,
Demon
Damon.
heart, jeez.
I'm sorry. It's not your heart. I can, at various NPCs around the world, you can actually get training in specific skills. So you basically hand over money to skill up. So if I want to boost my restoration from 21 to 22,
I think you do.
which I do, I just give her some money. There you go. Now I have a higher restoration.
She's not
skill.
going to turn around and face you.
No,
Keep it
she's
back to you.
very absorbed in. Oh, she's got it's a cool looking mace. Steel mace of sparks. If I steal that though, she's gonna get really angry and probably hit me.
Yeah, with whatever's on her back.
Yeah, the hammer on her back, that is a steel warhammer, and it is no joke. And I'm not gonna mess with that at this point in the game.
Whoa,
because, hey,
Lydia!
Hey, you're back.
I love you.
She's just hanging out. I can tell Lydia to steal that mace.
You can. So you can give commands like that to your followers. That's good.
Yeah, I need you to do something.
All right. Yes.
I can see what happens here. I think the game probably, actually, you know what? I'm just going to save real quick, just in case. Little bit of.
I wouldn't want to go on living without Lydia.
She's pretty tough. It takes quite a bit to bring her down. However, I'm going to see what happens. They are.
You just stole it yourself.
I told her to steal it, I think.
Well, but you did. No one cared.
Yeah.
Right behind you.
Or maybe it reset because I went to the main menu. And you got to just steal something else.
What do you need?
Take that bone meal.
Okay, got it.
Got it.
All right.
Okay, got it.
Take that.
These guys really seem like they can't be bothered by
Oh,
anything.
that did it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that was the wrong
They
thing
didn't
to
care about
steal.
anything but the heart.
Oh god, there's so much magic going on. I'm getting out of here.
Later, Lydia.
Sorry, Lydia. Probably shouldn't have told her to
So-
steal everything in plain view. That was my bad. What's
How
the
do,
guy at the tanning rack gonna do? Nothing. That's right.
He missed the scene inside, dude.
How do demons work in the game? Are they like a race of people in the game?
They live in another dimension, but they will sort of pop through to this area of existence to make people's lives difficult and or offer pretty cool rewards.
Can you summon them?
There is a summon spell where you can summon a Demora Lord, which is actually pretty funny. That's on my higher level character, who we'll be playing pretty soon now, who will run around battlefields with a giant two-handed sword that also sets things on fire, frequently decapitate people, and the best part is he will run around and constantly insult anyone that he sees.
What a jerk.
Yeah, well, he's great to have on your side. I wouldn't want to fight against him, but he is a very, very useful companion. Probably the most powerful summon that I have at this point. Although there are some other summons that I'm not going to get into that are a little more story specific. And then there's one random summon that I haven't. I guess I can't actually go up here. There's a standing stone. There's a standing stone up there that I was trying to get to, but it doesn't look like I can. Oh my God!
What is that?
This
Is that Flame Atronach?
is a Flame Atronach that apparently just fell down the side of that mountain. Unless it was summoned by some of those vigilants. Ow! Run away. Oh yeah, so there was one summon that that I got from just some random quest I did that just summons this guy's ghost, and he doesn't do anything. He just stands there, and I cannot figure out what the use is. And I figure there has to be some use, unless it's just like a cosmetic thing, and it's just, you know, here's a different kind of reward for this quest. But I figure there has to be some use for it, and because otherwise the guy's spirit just stands there, and it's like, okay. Well, I'm glad I summoned you and all, but what next? And I haven't really figured that part out yet.
It's a role-playing game, Charles. Some people want to role-play as a guy who has a ghost follow them. Look at the Northern Lights.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Man, that's awesome.
H. McCullough asks, what are the Dragon Priests? How do they fit into the lore?
The Dragon Priests will basically pop out of... they are really powerful. They're difficult to deal with, for sure. Especially one who's on top of one of these mountains that guards a word wall with a dragon and actually has a staff of fireballs, which the fireball is a really powerful fire spell that lets you shoot off an area of effect attack. So the fireball will damage whatever it hits, and then will damage things around it as well as it explodes. And you can dual cast those things if you have them equipped. But since he has a staff of fireballs, he just shoots a whole bunch of them. Yeah, he's really difficult to sort of to get around. I'm gonna try to get in here. See if there's anything. Oh, stone. Nothing up there. Oh God.
What is that?
These are. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I think I've pretty much ventured a lot further than I should have, because I think a lot of this content around here is actually fairly challenging to fight. So I was trying to find a dragon roost, but so far I have failed.
I love that you've just been wandering.
But I've found a whole bunch of other stuff. There's another giant camp. I'm gonna stay away from that.
Bobice Bomeen asks, does the player's character age over time?
No, I don't believe so. I haven't noticed that, at least visibly.
Well, I think it'd also take a really long time for you to rack up enough in-game time for it to be significant enough to age.
Yeah, I mean the days will pass, and you can actually see the dates pass with time. I think you can see that on the main menu.
Yep.
Like there, you see at the bottom. That's the actual date. So time will definitely move forward, but I don't believe you.
And you can wait for a period of time, or when you sleep, you pick how many hours you want to sleep for.
Die, damn you!
But like racking up a year of in-game time would take a long while.
Yeah, like I can wait if I want to. If I want to change the time of day, or just wait for that. That's especially useful if somebody's a stealth character and they're trying to rob someone in their sleep or something like that. You can just basically break into their house and then wait around. Oh, hello, buddy. What are you gonna say?
Bother and befuddle! Stuck here! Stuck! My poor
Wearing a Jester's outfit.
Unmoving.
Now I know who this. Oh, hey, Lydia. I know who this is. I know who this character is. But it's interesting that I just found him out here randomly on the road.
I was transporting my... I'm taking Mother to
He is instrumental in a quest line later in the game, but I haven't found this yet.
Wagon wheel.
So,
Oh,
Yeah, he's one of the more exaggerated
You're doing
characters.
a jaunty jig.
Yeah,
He seems really excited to be burying his mother.
Go to the farm. The Lorius.
All right, well, I might as well do this quest since I've been doing a whole bunch of randomness.
He has tools. Convince Lorius to fix my wheel.
My sense is that this quest is not going to go well, but we shall see. So I'm going to activate. Or wait, I haven't actually gotten the quest yet. Give me the quest. There we go. So now I can just activate it here, and then I will see the quest on my overworld map. It's actually really close. So yeah, and you can see it on the little navigation bar up there as well. So I have to go convince this guy to fix a wagon wheel, which I'm assuming is going to involve possibly killing him.
Could Cicero just not walk up the hill and ask himself?
NPCs don't do that. That involves actual work. They will get right next to a problem, but they will not try to
guess
reach
that's our
out and
job,
actually
right?
solve it. They need to pay someone to do that. So this is actually kind of funny. So these guys are sleeping, and as soon as I start talking to them, they will just begin talking as soon as they start getting up.
Or you could wait. Or you could wait and let them wake up naturally.
No, that's not going to happen. I'm just going to start talking.
Oh, for the love of Mara, what now?
Someone's in my house waking me up.
They're actually pretty comfortable with the getting jarred awake by a random traveling stranger wearing battle armor.
5 times. Seems he's not. Why can't he just leave us alone? Pay me.
Have you seen the man? He's completely out of his head.
Yeah, he is pretty
A
crazy.
jester here in Skyrim, and he's transporting
this is
some
gonna get
giant
violent.
box. Says it's could have anything in there.
Why is that your
War
assumption?
Contraband, weapons,
Is
skooma.
violence the only answer?
No way I'm getting involved
usually.
in any of that.
It's effective.
K Dizo wants to know which class would you recommend for primarily ranged
Well,
and
there is something.
magicka combat?
There's a guard patrols the road that
Well, I
crazy
mean,
jester
you would
is on.
just
He
start
passes by
using a
pretty
bow,
often.
basically.
You could report
You would just go into the
You
game
don't say he's done
and
something against the law.
use a bow as much as
That'll at least get
possible
rid
to
of him
level
for me.
your
What do you say?
archery.
Or your destruction spells. I mean, start using your fireballs or your flames. So it's flames and frost. Those are the two kind of first destruction spells, and those the higher level ones are fireball and what's the higher ice spell?
You get, I think it's like Ice Lance or something like that. But yeah, so
That's what I do for ranged combat is destruction magic.
yeah, the destruction magic is pretty good. So yeah, you would want to use the archery line, which the bonuses are actually really cool. That's extra critical hit damage, recover more arrows from dead bodies. Interestingly, if you use a conjured bow, you don't actually have to recover arrows because they're just conjured arrows. You can move faster with the bow drawn. Bullseye gives you a chance to paralyze, which is pretty nice. That lets you draw the bow faster. An arrow stagger, that is really useful, especially into close range combat. If you can still hit people and stagger them as they're advancing on you, you don't have to switch weapons as often. This one, Eagle Eye, having a zoom with your arrow, really good. And then zooming also slows time. You can upgrade that twice so that you can slow time by 50%. So that's actually really good for archery. That's a really interesting
All
line
bows
to-
are two-handed though.
It's true.
So it does use both your hands.
Yeah, so you have to be fully committed to the bow, I guess.
Right, there's no crossbow or anything, is there?
I haven't found any crossbows. For destruction, yeah, you basically go along flame, frost, and shock lines to augment damage, and then each has a special effect at the end, which disintegrates the target if you're using shock, paralyzes the target if you're using ice, and just does more damage, basically, if you're doing flames. Each magic type also has a unique effect where I believe it's shock will drain magicka,
Yep.
and then frost will drain stamina. So if you're smart, using the correct element against like a warrior type or a magic type will be doubly advantageous. And this is the dual casting where you can combine two if you equip the same hand or the same spell to both hands, then you can achieve a better effect if you cast the spell at the same time.
Viewers, if you have questions about Skyrim, tweet them at IGN with the hashtag Skyrim.
So in terms of this quest, Cicero, the crazy guy on the road, asked me to go get that guy to fix his wheel. That guy was like, the dude on the road is totally nuts. I'm not having anything to do with him. And I was like, you know what? You are correct. So now I've chosen the option to go report Cicero to this guy, a guard. And we're going to see what happens. I haven't done this quest before, so I don't really know what's going to happen. So here we go. Yes, I'd like to report a crime.
Well, spit it out. What's the matter? What about
Something about the suspicious box in his wagon. So here are a few dialogue options. You don't get that weird pie character interaction menu that was in Oblivion. It's just, these are all persuade options, actually. So I'm basically going to have to lie to him. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to go with war contraband. And it looks like it worked because my speech just went up.
and right under my nose?
But see, isn't this guard now going to search his wagon and see that there is no war contraband?
Oh, I'm going to follow him. I'm absolutely going to see what happens here. He's pretty close, so I don't think this would take very long. In the meantime, harvest flowers. Also, for alchemy, in case you like making potions, a good way to actually mix potions is knowing what the ingredients are. Otherwise, you're just randomly mixing reagents. So if you just eat stuff, you'll notice I'm getting text prompts in the top left there. I'm discovering properties for these reagents. So like lavender, I now know has a resist magic property. So when I go to the up there, I just got hit by everything that I just did to
Just
myself.
when in doubt, eat it.
Yep. So you can basically just run around and just eat everything, and
think
it's actually helpful.
I think you should eat some mammoth cheese.
Oh, I do have mammoth cheese, don't I?
Which actually, it's a food item. It's not an ingredient.
Oh.
Apparently, it's healthy.
Nom nom.
I don't know about that.
Just do it just once.
It's. I bet it's like cottage cheese.
Green cottage cheese.
All right, I'm gonna eat it. Okay.
It wasn't so bad.
We'll see if anything terrible happens. 5 minutes from now, there might be a disaster. I don't know.
All right, so he's gonna confront the Gestudo now.
So yeah, I'm gonna stealth, even though I'm totally detected.
Hold fast.
So the quest itself was to go report back to the guy who told me to come out here, but I just decided to actually watch what this interaction is going to be like.
Why is the guard looking at you?
He's wondering, well, I think he sort of told me to scram, and now I'm here with Lydia.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out.
We should probably make out.
I don't know, it doesn't really work.
No, I think we're kissing right now.
She's got a thing for lizard men.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's backing away. That was her reaction, and appropriately so,
Look.
I believe.
I'm just not into lizard guys.
Stay where you are. As soon as my relief arrives,
What do you think of my tail?
Yeah.
I guess we kind of missed what was happening with Sister.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got distracted. I think the guard said he was going to go find backup, so I'm going to go. I wonder if I talk to Cicero if he's going to.
Unfair! Unjust!
Okay, so he's not very happy with me. So I'm going to go back to this guy and see what he has to say. Now, what I am curious to find out is if what I just did there actually affects something that happens later. Because there are quest lines in the game from that overlap a little bit that'll actually alter objectives depending on what you do. And with a game this big, with this much content, I assume that could get very complex very quickly if a lot of them do overlap. We'll see if this guy has anything particularly cool to give me.
A few septums to show my thanks, huh? And may that twisted little jester rot in a cell for a fortnight.
But maybe he'll just be
little bit of
momentarily
money.
delayed. So yeah, that was the end of that quest, and I made 250 gold, which is actually pretty good, considering all I had to do.
Too shabby.
Not too shabby
Let's
at
go
all.
to the casino.
I wish there was a casino. I haven't. There are no slot machines in the Elder Scrolls, as far as I know. They would have to be magical slot machines. I don't know how that would work.
Charles, do you know? So Skyrim comes out tomorrow. Is there supposed to be a day one patch for it?
There is a day one patch. You know, we'll see what it adjusts. I assume they're going to be bug fixing on this game for a while on PC and Xbox 360. I haven't actually played the PS3 version yet, so I don't know what that is like. but I will be doing that as soon as I possibly can. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. Yeah, I mean, we would see bug fixes and that kind of thing on day one, I would assume. What is this guy doing? Is that the guard?
Now, Charles, you promised me you'd go dragon hunting. And now it's almost time for Nick to come join.
I'm sorry.
I haven't seen
There's some
dragon
cool
in a
swords.
while.
I didn't
There's
get
some cool
any
swords
dragons here.
There'll definitely be dragons after you leave.
I know.
Because I'm gonna load up the high level save, and
Yeah,
then I can directly travel to a whole bunch of stuff.
We're about halfway through our live stream here, so we'll probably load up your high level save pretty soon.
Actually, you know what? I can just do that now because I don't know if I'm gonna find much more as this guy if I'm just in terms of dragons like something reliably.
Yeah, fine. You can go hunt dragons without me. I see how it is.
Okay. I mean, there are definitely dragons over here, and I just missed a bunch of them, I guess. So let me reload in my high-level character on this one.
Viewers, we are live streaming Skyrim here from IGN. My name is Damon. Charles is driving the game for us. Caleb has been joining us. He's gonna switch out, I think, for Nick Cullen now.
I'm just gonna go mope that I haven't seen any dragons.
You've played the game for like 30 hours.
And I killed three dragons last night.
3 dragons?
Sure you've seen a bunch of dragons.
Oh, last night, not total.
Last night.
Okay.
Since we're on the screen right now, I want to point out this cool dragon statue behind me here. This is what you're going to get in the Collector's Edition. One of you lucky viewers is going to win this Collector's Edition. All you have to do is go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/IGN, to win all this business.
The dragon is standing on a word wall, just to point that out.
Now, Charles, if you touch one of those words, do you learn a shout?
I haven't stared at it long enough, so I don't know. Maybe it will actually unlock something in
That's what
real
you're
life.
doing after the stream, just gonna sit there and stare at the wall.
That's actually what I've been doing every time that I haven't been dealing with the Skyrim review, is just staring at a word wall and just hoping that something might happen. No shouts yet.
Well, I'm going to take off and I'm going to put Nick Cullen in my place.
All right.
Okay.
Transform into Nick Cullen. So now we're loading up a high-level save, right?
Oh, there's so many dragons here. I can't believe how many there are. Oh, they're everywhere.
So
there actually aren't any dragons.
This is is this, as far as you've gotten in the game?
So the way I played it is I did this is after the main story. I've completed the main story.
Okay.
I've completed 3 major quest lines with this character, and I did the other 2 major quest lines with my PC save that was a melee-focused character. So this one is all about magic fighting, and is much higher level, almost level 41. I have 7 perks to increase with this guy. You can see my illusion magic is completely maxed out. I've hit 100 skill level, which I would just like to point out is, and I have a much more extensive favorites list on this guy, Muffle. If you find Muffle in the game, this is, they've actually safeguarded a lot of ways to just artificially spam abilities and buff your character level that way. But Muffle is still spammable. You can just do this over and over, and you will increase your illusion skill quite a bit and bump up your character level. Hello, Nick.
Hey, what's up? Viewers, we're joined by Nick Cullen now from the PC team. Nick, how much Skyrim have you played?
Played about 10 hours, I think, right about there. Just in between all of the other things I've been playing lately. Mostly League of Legends, to be honest. But
you have to plug League of Legends.
it's my quiet, not so quiet addiction, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
a lot more on the map here, it looks like.
Yeah. So
in terms of areas discovered,
you can tell I've found quite a few more locations and everything like that in this version of the game. And I can't actually fast travel right now, which I was going to, because apparently there's an enemy somewhere. I don't know where that enemy is. So I am just going to run. I don't have a follower with me right now. I'm just going to go over here and see if I can lose the aggro.
what are the 2 spells you've got equipped right now?
This is Muffle that I was just showing off because you can spam it and increase the level. I can't do it anymore because I've actually maxed out Illusion, which Muffle is part of that spell school.
are you an unstoppable badass now?
No, I'm not. I'm actually incredibly fragile on purpose.
Stoppable, very stoppable.
I'm entirely stoppable. I can be stopped quite easily. Let me try this fast travel again. Here we go. So there's definitely a dragon up here. This is a word wall that I've already visited, so I'm not actually going to learn a new word. I actually have most of the words unlocked, but there's still quite a bit to find. Even after you complete the main story stuff, there's still going to be a ton of content that you can run around and try and get.
I think now might be a good time to give away another copy of the game.
Well, all right.
Let's give a copy of Skyrim to Dan Favorito,
Okay.
who asks, can you create your own spells?
No, I haven't found the ability to do that, which was actually a little disappointing because I like that kind of system. And maybe it's just something I haven't found yet. I'm not sure, but it's not something. It's definitely something I was looking for that I haven't been able to discover yet. I will say most of the spells I created in previous Elder Scrolls games were totally broken and completely unmanageable, but maybe I was just doing it wrong.
Whenever I made spells in Oblivion, they were like 8 times more expensive than anything I could ever use.
Yeah, I would make spells that would be well beyond the capacity of my Magicka bar. Actually, I should explain what I'm doing here. So there is a dragon here. It's going to be perched up on there. This is my demon guy who I've summoned. And
Dremor Lord.
yeah, if you look at my skill readout, I have 674 Magicka, very small health bonus, and a very small stamina bonus. So if I get hit by this guy, I'm going to get wrecked. So basically, I need to put up protection, which I do in the form of ebony flesh.
That sounds gross.
Yeah. So there, now I have armor on. I'll explain more detail on that in a bit. I'm going to double equip my fireball spell, so I have the same spell in both hands now. I have dual casted unlocked on this character. So what I can do once this dragon finally stops moving around and breathes fire at somebody is combine the spell, like I can shoot both individually like that. Ooh, I just hit his tail. Wow, that guy's taking a lot of damage. You'll notice this is an elder dragon, so that they kind of show up once you're later into the game. Now he's going to
Whoa, he like landed on top of you.
Hey, buddy.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, you see my health went down quite a bit, so I actually need to bust out some healing, and I'm going to use that immediately. Okay, so he just threw my Demora Lord over there and bit him in the head, so I need another Demora Lord out of here. Dremora Lord. I'm sorry for mispronouncing that, everyone who's possibly yelling at me. So the Elder Dragon still has quite a bit of health left. I definitely need this guy up because he helps deflect attacks since I'm not particularly powerful to begin with. Ebony Flesh will stop working after a while, so I'm going to bring it back up. Throw another fireball and then do something a little more interesting. I have a Wall of Flames spell unlocked. I have so much on here just because a lot of it does come in useful in certain situations, and it's still easier to go through the favorites menu.
And this is something I actually really like about Skyrim that we haven't really seen in any of the Elder Scrolls games. A lot of the spells here aren't just on target or on touch like in Oblivion. It's like, for example, you're casting fire on the ground and making a wall of flames. Like they have a special function of some sort, which is something this is really new to the Elder Scrolls series.
Yep. I'm gonna need to use stuff.
I think you're gonna need to use
Use deadly poison.
So I have quite a few potions here. Extreme healing sounds about right.
Extreme healing.
I'm gonna need some extreme magicka. Unfortunately, I have such a huge magicka bar that I need to use a ton of potions to actually do anything significant. I have a lot of gear on that promotes magicka regeneration really quickly, which is very useful. And I'm gonna do resist frost. Just magic, that might help out a little bit. I don't think he's shooting fire at me. I'm pretty sure he's shooting frost, so I don't even know if I have a resist frost potion, which would be nice. It's not a very good potion. Poisons, aversion to fire. Nope. Let's see if I have any cool scrolls.
You have 2 scrolls.
Dread Zombie doesn't work unless there's a dead body on the ground. So yeah, that doesn't work. So what I'm
gonna get fried, basically, is what you're saying.
No, I'm gonna summon another lord in here.
Third time's the charm?
Dremora. Well, I basically have to keep summoning him in. And then
your ultimate health potion seems to have gotten burned off pretty fast.
Yeah, it did. I need to break out.
It was extreme, but
it was
my
extreme,
bad.
but not extreme enough.
Yeah. Maybe you should have been on a skateboard
There,
at
it
the
came
time.
back.
Make
So
it super extreme.
the one thing that I haven't really been using yet are shouts. So let me equip slow time and shout, and there you go. So time will slow, so the dragon will not be able to move as quickly. And I'm gonna double equip fireball again and see if I can pull this off before he goes anywhere. Get there. Nope.
Straight through the wing.
Right through the wing. So I still got the Lord up, so I've got a little bit of downtime here before the dragon comes back, and so I can get my magicka back. So you'll see at the top of the screen the nav. Man, he likes doing that. The nav bar is slightly blue now. I need to wait for that blueness to oh man, that was close. To stop being on the bar, and then I can use another shout. The shouts are actually on a totally different system, so you don't have to use magicka to use shouts. It's on its own resource system. Let me see if I can do some more extreme healing. Whoa, I'm gonna try to not get hit by that, and oh, he just bit me in the face.
I think you got this, Charles. Oh dear.
I think I'm dead. Pretty sure.
Elder Dragon chewed you up.
Pretty sure I'm dead.
You got this, Charles. Just use that
So
sword.
where will the game spawn you then? Like right before that encounter?
It'll just be at my last save. The auto saves tend to happen when you go in and out of structures, and there are actually some settings that you can adjust as to where autosaves happen.
Chris24 Robinson asks, can you make your character left-handed, or are all single-handed weapons forced into your right hand?
I'm pretty sure you can just equip in either hand. I can do that as soon as this comes back. I really want this sword. That looks awesome.
That's like a katana or something.
Yeah. So I'm back here in this field right before I fast traveled essentially to that mountain to fight that dragon. So let me. So Blade of Sacrifice is just a little dagger. I can do left hand, and there it is in my left hand. And then at this, I can also.
So you're ambidextrous. Do you have to unlock that skill?
No, you can just do that, and then I don't know if I have another keening. There we go. Now I have 2 daggers.
Nice.
Although I don't think the keening is not charged right now, so it doesn't do its drain property that it would otherwise. And that dragon was probably the hardest enemy I've fought in the game so far, to be honest, because he really beat the crap out of me. And fighting him is going to be...
and you're level 40 right now?
Going to be kind of difficult. I'm level 40 right now. I'm about to hit 41. I'm going to try this again.
This time.
Unless, I could try something else.
Let's see,
if people tweet a whole bunch, stop fighting the same dragon, then I will.
Feel free to tweet us, let us know what you want to see in Skyrim.
Yeah,
tweet us at IGN with #Skyrim.
I can do whatever at this point. I could do quests, I just didn't want it to get too spoilery, but I could take on quests.
Charles is basically the honey badger of Skyrim right now. He doesn't care. He'll do whatever he wants.
That's a pretty good description. Just to give you a sense of, sorry, did you want to?
Well, I had to read a question, but
go ahead.
Billy Bogus wants to know, are some of the perks you get more whimsical or funny like they are in Fallout 3?
No, there aren't a lot of comedy perks.
It's a little more serious game.
They're all pretty straightforward. Like there isn't an increased gore factor perk, although that's sort of what the decapitation is, but it's not framed the same way. You don't have a goofy Pip-Boy logo on it with a funny graphic. But you do get this cool constellation interface. What I was going to show is just the shouts, or just the magic in general. Like alteration, I have quite a few alteration spells. There's all illusion. This isn't max level stuff for everything. I will say, like once I got 100 in the illusion spell, I went back to the main illusion magic guy who sells most of the spells, and he gave me another quest and a unique spell to go find stuff for him so that he would teach me master level spells, essentially.
Wow. Okay.
So there's the additional, and that's just something you find if that's a direction you want to go in the game. That's not something that the game really funnels you towards. It's just something that's there if you're interested in it, and you seek it out. So it really does reward exploration and curiosity, as opposed to just funneling you through the same thing that everyone else sees. That's why everyone's experience is so different playing this game. So these are all my shouts. You'll notice some are 2 words, some I haven't bothered learning. I have 9 dragon souls stored up, and actually I should probably unlock slow time here. The 2 word. Don't have any extra words for that. I should do frost breath. Disarm.
You can disarm the dragon.
Yeah, I don't think dragons get disarmed, but maybe they do. I don't know. Yeah, so then I can favorite these so they show up in my menu. I favorited most of them, so I should be able to use those in a fight.
Are there any friendly dragons in the game, or do they all want to eat you?
Not every dragon wants to eat you. I don't want to say too much about that, but not every dragon wants to eat you.
Say no more. Say no more.
Okay. Yeah, there are some cool moments. But yeah, Nick, what have some of your like most memorable or favorite parts been so far?
Okay, so my favorite standout moment so far was I went into a Silverhand fortress. The Silverhand is a faction that, from what I could gather in that fortress, is all about killing werewolves.
Spoilers.
Well,
no, it's fine.
there are werewolves. You'll find them.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't take long to run into that stuff.
And there were just a bunch of werewolf corpses in there. And at the very end of the dungeon, there was a master level locked chest, and I wasted a whole bunch of picks trying to open it, but I did open it up, and I found a staff of zombies, and I was like, oh my god, this looks awesome. And I used it on a dead werewolf, and I raised a werewolf zombie, which just followed me around.
That's great. He fought like he
became
like,
my
obedient
pet.
to you?
Yeah. It's only for like 60 seconds.
Yeah, that's limited, right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So I wanted to know if you could marry your zombie werewolf.
Oh, that would be good.
Oh,
Bethesda, get on that. I want a zombie werewolf wife.
So I'm gonna use an advanced level shout here. It's called Dragon Rend, and it is. Oh man, is that guy resisting my Dragon Rend?
Any damage to him.
Oh no, see, he can't quite, and he's back down.
So what does Dragon Rend do?
It basically brings the dragon back down, so they don't float all the time.
Back down to earth.
Now,
He's got his head in the clouds.
What I wasn't doing last time, and what I am doing now, is by dual casting, I actually have dual casting that fireball, so basically shooting it like Street Fighter. I have a stagger effect built into my destruction tree, which you can see I've built out quite a ways here. Impact. So most destruction spells will stagger an opponent when dual cast. So that's really useful, especially against dragons, because they like to channel their. Put him back down. And I totally missed. Because they like to channel their attacks, if you can hit them with a dual cast fireball, it'll interrupt their breath attacks and also stop them from, like if I can hit him, no, he stopped anyway, but I'm gonna hit him with this again. That will also stagger him if he's in the middle of an attack. But the flight breaks here are nice because it does give me a chance to regenerate magicka. This is a scripted, well, not scripted, but this crash landing effect happens when the dragon is below a certain amount of health, and then I'm pretty much just going to kill him. Yeah, so I went about that a little more intelligently than I did last time. That I played to my strengths that time instead of just trying to do a whole bunch of random stuff. And then yeah, he'll give me a soul. I get to see my awesome mage robes here. This is a high elf character, by the way, who has a racial ability to once a day, highborn, rapidly regenerate magicka. So it's nice, a nice supplement for potion use.
Nice job, Charles.
Thank you.
Great job, Jeremy.
Great. I was thinking that.
Let's see. We'll take another question here.
Okay.
Big Turtleini
All right.
wants to know: are there any mini games in Skyrim?
I mean, I guess you could consider the smithing. It's not really a mini game though.
The lockpicking is kind of a mini game.
The lockpicking is basically the mini game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really found much else. The smithing is just if you have the correct components, if you have the right metals, you can just make the item.
Yeah, it's like a resource management mini game, if you will. Like, you have to sort of plan ahead. If you want to make some really sweet steel armor, you've got to make sure you have the right ore, you make the right bars, and then you hammer all the right materials together.
Look at these tusks.
It's really easy to use the wrong ores and make the wrong bars. And then to notice you can only make iron.
That was a majestic beast.
Yeah. There's another beast. I'm gonna fight another dragon. This one I don't think is quite as challenging as the one I just fought, although maybe it is an Elder Dragon.
You'd think that dragons would find a more comfortable position to lie in.
I don't know, maybe that is comfortable.
It doesn't look comfortable.
But maybe it is comfortable.
Okay, you're probably right.
So I can also dual cast my Conjuration magic. So this is to summon the demon. If I dual cast, he'll stick around longer.
It used up so much of your magicka.
Yeah, and that's another reason you need, if you really want to be a super powerful spellcaster, you have to increase your magicka quite a bit. Otherwise, I would not have the correct amount to do that. You'll notice how fast my magicka came back as well. I'm gonna dual cast Ebony Flesh.
Keep casting that.
That gives me a bonus. And actually, you know what? Before I trigger this spell, I am just going to show something off. So, because this is just another one of the ways you can customize your character and take advantage of the game's really cool leveling system. So these Archmage robes are not actually classified as an armor type. They're not light armor. They're not heavy armor. Same thing with amulet. Doesn't matter. The boots and the gloves I have equipped. I've I've put custom enchants on the boots and the gloves, so that I get what is it? Additional magicka and additional stamina, and then I think that's also magicka, and this ring is health. And then the robes have some great magicka bonuses. But the reason I'm not actually wearing armor, even though it would certainly help to deflect damage, is because as a mage, if you look at my armor rating right now, it's just 0. I have no armor rating. But as a mage, if I go into my skills category, I've upgraded my alteration magic in this perk tree up to mage armor 3 out of 3. So I could put 3 points in here, and I have. And it makes protection spells like Stone Flesh or also Ebony Flesh, which is what I'm about to cast in the game, 3 times as strong if not wearing armor. So normally Ebony Flesh would give me a 100 armor rating. Now it gives me a 300 armor rating, so I'm actually not, even though I'm wearing nothing, I'm actually pretty well protected right now. Magic is a different story, but this certainly helps keep me alive. The only trick is keeping the shield active, so just remembering to constantly cast it, otherwise I could get in trouble. And actually I can show off a cool shout here, which I thought I had. Maybe I don't have it. I apparently don't have it active, so I'll just do that real quick. Yeah, this one. Clear Skies, which doesn't really serve a purpose, but it will make it... Nope. Demon didn't like that one. Oh god, it triggered the dragon. Oh no! Everything's ruined. I'm going to call a dragon in for this fight. I have to wait for the cooldown on my Clear Skies, but you'll notice the skies becoming less snowy.
They're becoming clear.
Almost as if I cast a Clear Skies spell. Okay, I just yelled for a dragon buddy. This is just a regular dragon, it's not an Elder Dragon, so the Elder Dragon is much more challenging. This guy's going to go down a lot faster, so I'm not quite as concerned about my survivability here. In fact, the demon guy is probably going to... I don't know where he's going right now.
He's hiding.
Oh, actually, that was a smart move.
Yeah,
but you'll notice my health isn't being worn down nearly as much. Here's my buddy.
What? Dragon battle.
Yep, dragon fight.
Dragon battle.
That was awesome.
But yeah, I mean, this is where the visuals just come into play. Like, even though I'm not necessarily doing anything right now, I mean, just scenes like this are so cool, and they're not scripted, so you can just, you know, make this happen whenever you want to, and that feels really powerful when you're playing the game, to be able to create that kind of chaos, basically by screaming into the sky. It's a really neat mechanic. These dragons are guarding ward walls again, and my guy is just gonna kind of head up.
He
now
just flies away. Later, dude.
Can you raise that dragon as a zombie?
That's a good question. Let me try doing that. I have a Dread Zombie spell, which is the most powerful summon spell that I know for raising corpses.
You just bragging now?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
He resisted, so maybe I need a more powerful spell. My Conjuration is not at 100 yet, so.
It looks like he wants to get up.
Just being lazy.
No, you're just beating a dead dragon now.
I'm not technically beating it though. I was trying to push him down the hill. He's not going anywhere. But yeah, there's a lot of flexibility to the magic system. Especially, I mean, I've been focusing mostly on fire spells. So I have a number of different types. There's just the fireball that you've been seeing, the fire wall that sets the ground on fire. Fire breath is a shout. But then there's like fire rune and flame cloak, which I think is interesting because they actually have, even within the fire line, they have different hand animations, which I really appreciate. So fire cloak surrounds me in fire so that anything that gets close will actually take damage. And then fire rune, I can set runes on the ground, and if an enemy approaches that, it will explode and do area of effect damage, which is really useful because I'm not especially hardy in a battle and I can't take that much damage. If I'm backpedaling, I wonder if I could.
I think you need to fire rune that goat.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if that works. Nope. Fail.
Be a bit ahead of it. Oh.
Oh, I started killing it with the fire cloak. I forgot I was on fire, even though there's fire everywhere.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to forget when there's that much fire on screen.
Yeah. So what I'll just travel to a few more cities just to show off what things look like. I think Markath over here looks particularly cool. So I'm gonna go over there.
Viewers, if you have questions about Skyrim, tweet us at IGN. Include the hashtag Skyrim, just like C. Atchison did. C. Atchison wonders, can you change your character's appearance later on in the game?
The physical appearance, like your face and things like that, I don't believe so.
You're locked into that.
Yeah, your physical, like your face, your body type, the angle of your brow, all of those decisions that you make on the character creation screen are permanent. As far as I know, unless there's something that you can do later in the game that, it's like, hey, we've unlocked magical face realignment technology or something. Don't you hate your face? Fix it.
Conjure new face?
Yeah, unless there's a face conjuration spell, then no, I don't believe you can readjust that. I mean, a lot of your characteristics are obscured by armor and such.
So where's your guys?
Hardcore, Charles.
Where's your guys' pupils?
Something I'm supposed to deliver.
Nope, somebody's talking to me. So a courier just came up to me and gave me something random. From who?
Don't know. Creepy fella, black robe.
This sounds promising.
Sounds like you.
You gave yourself the note? What?
Got to go.
You hired me back in that other city, don't you remember?
Okay, so I'm gonna check this note out and see what happens.
So at this point in the game, you've completed the story.
I have,
the
yes.
campaign, and now you're just doing side quests and checking out these Radiant story missions that are randomly
yeah,
generated.
there are side quests. In this save, I still have 2 major quest lines I could do because I did those on the PC version. Actually, I guess going through these actually sort of spoilery.
Everyone close your eyes.
Don't look at the titles. I don't even remember what he gave me. Mysterious note, I guess. Rent the attic at the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood, and I'll meet you.
There's another.
Friend. Is it Lydia?
Maybe it's Lydia.
Oh.
She wants to meet up with us at a hotel.
I wonder if that was the mysterious note. Oh my God. Well, that's Dark Brotherhood for anyone that is curious.
Spoilers.
Well, that was in a preview that we put up, so I don't feel too bad about that.
Yeah, we know there's a Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah, the Dark Brotherhood is in the game.
I don't know anything about the handprint.
Here's a sweet treasure map.
I've actually
you found treasure maps, right?
I found a treasure map that looks. The treasure maps are so weird in this game because it's just some dude who draws a thing and then points to something near it. So you have to figure out the rest.
Well, that's the way it was like in Red Dead Redemption, right?
I didn't remember that one.
You should play that game. It's good.
I should, yeah.
So I mean, I have a ton of quests. So just to give you a sense of how much is actually in this game, this save is at over 77 hours. This is how much I still haven't done. These are all
That's crazy.
Side quests, not main story content. These are also quests. and a lot of these, even though the miscellaneous quests tend to be much more basic, where it's go find something and bring it back to me type of stuff. Some of these do turn into a lot more interesting quest lines. So it's worth doing all this stuff.
Like, for example, I see you've got a quest to visit the Shrine of Azura,
Yes,
and that would almost certainly lead to a Daedric quest.
Let us do that then. So yeah, miscellaneous. You can highlight all of these, even though there's so many of them. As long as you have your miscellaneous tab highlighted, you can highlight anything in this list, and then it will show up on your navigation bar up there, and also on your overworld map. So I need to go somewhere. Oh my god.
There it is.
So I need to go into the middle of, like, you wouldn't think that there would be content in the actual mountains or on the mountains, but yeah, that's at a mountain peak. So I could fast travel to any of these locations around here and actually just run up there. I did want to show off Markath real quick because I think the city is this is one of the prettiest cities in the game, in my opinion. Specifically that it's built on like Dwemer ruins, that there's a huge ruin system that spreads under the city. But yeah, just the detail you see built into these stones all around town, and how it's laid out in this fashion just looks really cool.
This relates to a question we have from Roman Matsky. Can you go to every point on the map? I mean, even the highest mountain?
So the highest point on the map, I believe, is the Throat of the World, which is this map. And yeah, you can go to the peak. I don't know if you can actually get to the very peak of all of these mountains, if the terrain is actually traversable, but
right.
You can climb pretty much over most everything. And most of the mountains you see in the distance, like you can see a mountain peak over there, you can go there. I mean, you just see it and you just keep walking. And I mean, it feels like a real place because of that, because you know that what you're looking at isn't necessarily just some random artificial boundary, that it's actually an explorable space. Yeah. So I'm just going to fast travel over here to see if I can figure out what this quest is all about.
Viewers, in 5 minutes we will give away another copy of Skyrim. So tweet your questions at IGN, include Skyrim in the hashtag if you want to win.
And those are 360 copies, right?
Yeah, these are all 360 copies we're giving away.
I will once again recommend, if you have the ability or the hardware to download the PC version, you should do that.
If you're trying to decide between 360 and PC, play the PC version.
I would say play the PC version. And don't get me wrong, the 360 version looks amazing. Well, here, I just loaded into this area. This looks incredible. Like, it's a great experience on consoles. It just looks better on PC.
Oh man, you are getting nailed.
I got hit by something there, and I'm gonna have to rock a little bit of a potion. I need like a smoke bomb or something like that.
You have an invisibility spell?
Oh, that guy's shooting arrows at me. Arrows are like the bane. Oh, jeez. Arrows are like the bane of my existence because my armor is so low. If I don't put up ebony flesh, I am in a seriously.
You're in a bit of a pickle.
I'm in a bad position. So I'm actually going to conjure a Storm Atronach. He's ranged. Nope.
No, you're going to punch a rock.
I am not going to do that at all. I still have... Oh, I could call a dragon in. I'm probably not going to do that. Let's do Unrelenting Force for a shout, because I have a triple tier Unrelenting Force, so that actually knocks people around like bowling pins. It's actually kind of fun to watch.
Cole Wohler asks, what kind of differences are there between the Argonian Khajiit armor styles and the armor of the other humanoid races?
I don't know if the armor. I don't think the armor is necessarily broken up into styles per race. I think it just might be modified slightly.
Yeah,
depending on who's wearing what. But the armor styles themselves are like steel, ebony, dwarven, glass, elven,
orcish. Yeah, it's not like Morrowind where the beast races couldn't wear full helms and they couldn't wear boots. You can wear. All races can wear everything.
What was I trying to equip? I don't even remember now. Oh, right, my shield. Ebony flesh. In that hand. There we go. Okay, yeah, I need that. Please don't hit me with arrows. So if I get hit with another arrow here, you'll notice my health went down only about half as much as it did before. So that is the ebony flesh coming in useful. Where did my something go? Please come back. So that is a guy who is going to do some damage. There, he is shooting lightning, and I'm going to go use high-level Unrelenting Force. And yeah, that does that, and then I can go to something like Fireball that does big burst damage, dual cast, and she will be no longer shooting arrows very soon. and there she goes.
Whoa.
That is not a fun way to die.
Yeah, so I mean, with a little bit of it, I am a lot more vulnerable in this state, and again, I built this character sort of on purpose like this, just because I wanted to use all the magic and everything. But with a little bit of time to set up, I become really, really powerful. It's just if I'm caught off guard without my shield up, then I run into some serious problems.
You really need to get the jump on an enemy rather than be surprised.
Yeah, if I have time to do some setup, do some planning. Regenerate magicka after initiating a couple buffs, then yeah, I'm in a good position. I'm trying
to rock action right now.
I'm trying to jump up here, but it's not working. So I guess I have to find a way out of.
Have you found any levitation spells in this?
No, I haven't. And I know I haven't found all the spells at this point because they sort of become available at vendors as you kind of level up your various magic schools. Here we go. So now I'm on top of that ridge.
Viewers, I want to again point out the collector's edition of Skyrim behind me here with the dragon statue that comes inside of it. If you want to win this, go to our Facebook page, facebook.ign. I'm sorry, I'm messing it up. Facebook.com/IGN to win all this hotness.
I want that. Can I win that?
No, you cannot win that.
You're locked out.
I know. Still want it.
Yep. So I'm just on my way. Oh, whoa! There's the shrine.
Do you think that might be the shrine of Azura?
I don't know if that's the shrine. I can't really tell.
Whatever it is holding Azura's stars.
I ignored that.
Probably nothing there. You can just turn around and go home.
Yeah, this looks pretty boring actually. The mountain peak with ancient ruins with crazy
gargoyles.
Oh, that's bad.
Whoa.
Something has happened.
Okay. Well, I can hear something is trying to attack you. Oh, and it's right behind you.
Yeah, there are probably ice spirits floating around some. Oh, and I'm getting attacked.
Now, one of the toughest encounters I faced in the game in my early level, I was only about like level 8. I came across a few wisps just hovering around a rock. I was like, oh, cool, I'll take those out. And then a wisp mother appeared. Have you fought any wisp mothers?
I don't remember, probably. Oh, I'm gonna level magicka because that's pretty much what I do.
Now, I just want to point out something you just did there. When you leveled up, your health just healed. So,
yeah.
Pro tip. Save a level up for a tough encounter.
Yep, that's very true. That is really useful. I have 8 perks here, so maybe I should actually spend some of these. Let's see, I can't get Master Destruction.
Here, while you decide this, we're going to give away another copy of Skyrim. This one's going to go to our Twitter follower, Speedster727, who asks, are the events of Oblivion referenced in Skyrim?
Yeah, people will reference the Oblivion crisis pretty frequently, actually, and that's I think one of the cool things about as more and more Elder Scrolls games come out, the fiction builds on itself so that you get this really nice historical context that maybe you don't appreciate as much if you know you haven't been playing a lot of Elder Scrolls games. But I think it's really cool for if you actually understand the references that you know the Bethesda Game Studios is paying attention to that. They obviously care about giving you a coherent fantasy world. Maybe I should get some bow stuff. I'm not really using bows though. And I'm just gonna leave it. that's usually what I wind up doing. Is I'm like maybe I'll do I want to do the enchanting line, but I'm not going to do it right now. So I have.
What about restoration? Did you have a look at restoration?
Yeah, I should actually do restoration because I wind up needing to use that quite often.
Yeah.
So I'm going to break out the Demora Lord for this.
Yeah. So remind me what we're working towards right now. What do we?
I am trying to get up to that shrine, and sort of on my way up, I got waylaid by these ice wraiths, which don't like fire. That was a shout. That was not a spell. And there's a frost troll. Frost trolls are particularly weak to fire, so let me do something different instead of just shooting fireballs. I'm going to break out fire runes.
Fire rune is so fun.
And incinerate. Incinerate is a really high power shot, and then he killed him already. So the Demora Lord is really good and looks cool. Although
good job, guy.
He does have the standard Elder Scrolls.
Shog's Demora Lord.
Yeah. He does have the standard Elder Scrolls nerdy ponytail thing going on, as most tend to. So how the heck do I get up there?
Charles, we're getting a lot of requests to see some of the coastal areas.
Oh, okay.
Is that is that easy enough for us to jump into at some point?
Yeah, oh man, this looks like it's going to be an issue. I don't see an easy way to get up there. This is part of the adventure is figuring out how to climb mountains. There's probably a path somewhere. I just don't know how to get. Is that a path? No, that looks like it's going to get too steep up there.
Yeah, I'd say you probably have to go around the other side of the mountain.
Curse you, mountain.
I actually
There's
like
a coastal region.
Oh, I actually really like.
Granted.
But yeah, I mean, draw distance on 360 is really good.
I like all
Really
the
far out
mountains.
there. Sorry?
I like all the mountains in Skyrim. Coming from, I mean, the last Elder Scrolls game I played was Oblivion, and that was
Burn the goat.
that was super flat. And I was like, oh, cool, I can pretty much run wherever. But I like having to sort of navigate the difficult rocks and jumping from rock to rock to get to the tougher places. It's really cool.
Yeah. So this. Oh, there's a.
What is that?
Fire rune, which will explode on contact, and then I can. Oh, he's gonna kill me. Actually, I have a fire.
cute.
I have a fire breath spell. Up.
Oh my gosh.
I was
Totally owned,
being dumb. At least I can fast travel to a better spot since I figured out I can't actually climb that mountain from that range. Or I can go to a. There's one of the capital, I guess, of Skyrim is Solitude, which actually sits up on a rock outcropping over a marshy lowland, which actually looks really cool. And you can see ships sort of moored off of the coast, and the marsh itself looks very different from the rest of the type of terrain. It's basically unique to that area, which I mean is another cool feature of the game. It's just that there's so much attention given to making a world that not only looks realistic, but is also varied in its environment types. Where is Solitude? It is Nya.
Twitter user Jaimodi asks, once you kill a dragon, is there any way to make armor or weapons from them? Or is
Actually,
it just the shouts that you get from them?
So dragons do drop. They drop bones and they drop scales. Every dragon drops that, and they weigh a lot. But I've been storing them with my character that I'm playing on PC. That's mostly heavy armor, sword and shield. And there is an option which I can show as soon as this guy stops staring at this soul stone, which he's very interested in.
Well, it is blue. It's really nice.
There is an option at the top of the smithing line to unlock a dragon armor smithing ability. I haven't actually had any experience with that, just because in order to, as you'll see right here, in order to actually unlock it, you need 100 smithing. The only thing I have in 100 on this character is illusion. So let me go over to. I always miss these things. Here we go. Yep. So this is the smithing tree. So as you build things, you get points in smithing. Mine's super low right now for this guy. So you can make dwarven armor, orcish armor, ebony, Daedric, and dragon armor, which is the top perk to unlock. Requires 100. So you need to do a lot of smithing to get up to that point. Fortunately, in advanced armors, I'm not actually sure what this does. That looks like it's actually be really useful. And then you also get the ability to improve magical weapons and armor, which is nice because when you build an item, you can set it to improve to fine quality by using additional materials or superior. And being able to do that to magical weapons and armor is initially locked out. So you could theoretically build an item, put a cool enchant on it, or if you've built out the entire enchanting tree, put 2 enchants on the same item. And then go and improve it anyway by unlocking this perk, and you would just have a much more powerful item. Ideally, you could do that to an end game sort of final set of dragon armor, dual enchanted, improved to the max capacity. I believe that's the end goal with item creation.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a lot of information.
Viewers, if you have questions about Skyrim for Charles and Nick, just tweet us at IGN with the hashtag Skyrim, just like Dustin Danger 10 did. Dustin Danger 10 asks, is there a recommended class that works better against Elder Dragons?
Well, I mean, my magic build right now is actually pretty good. It's probably not the best just because he's so fragile, but with heavy armor, I've found the game is actually easier just going sword, shield, heavy armor, and just making sure you have a lot of potions. I don't know how that's going to fare against a dragon. It's another reason I would recommend doing the storyline, because you get a lot of shouts, some of which are particularly useful for taking on dragons.
Yeah, I've found, because I'm playing a sort of sword and shield dude as well, Using ranged attacks is probably the best strategy against dragons. So archers and mages might have a better chance against dragons.
Oh yeah,
because
I should conjure a bow too. Sorry. Go ahead.
simply because they spend so much time in the air. If you can be damaging them while they're up there, that's basically time you're not being damaged as well.
Oh my god, butterflies.
Catch them.
Nothing else can happen while there are butterflies. They must be caught.
There's another one.
Oh my god.
And then what do you do with the butterflies?
You eat their wings.
Really?
Yeah, you can
You're just pulling wings off butterflies on your travels?
I'm assuming there's a whole bunch of wingless butterflies somewhere out there.
Yeah, you actually don't take the rest of the
No,
butterfly. You just take
just
the
the
wing,
wing.
and then you can
Wow.
eat them. Blue butterfly wing. See, I've only uncovered one. Yeah, and it didn't actually do anything. The blue mountain flower, I've uncovered every single property of that, so that becomes a very useful item for me. Ow. This is Solitude. I mean, obviously it looks particularly cool. Goes into swampland here, and yeah, this is a coastal region. This is at the northern edge of. Whoops, that was totally wrong. This is at the northern edge of Skyrim. This area itself isn't frozen, but if you go over here, it obviously becomes really icy. This whole northeastern section is just covered in ice to the point where you actually walk out onto ice floes in this whole area here. These are all basically icebergs that you can run across. Another cool part of the map is that you wouldn't necessarily think that something covered in fog that doesn't really look like explorable terrain would be. But yeah, you can go all over here and discover special locations, ships, wreckage, and caves that have some interesting people in them. Which I won't spoil anything there, but there's definitely. Oh my God, Nernroot. Nick,
Both of you too.
Nernroot is awesome.
Oh, there's a lot of butterflies in here. What a great day.
I think you should sprinkle a few butterfly wings over your mammoth cheese.
I don't know.
That would be pretty good.
I don't think this character actually has any mammoth cheese. You can do cooking as well, which I guess.
Spit?
Yeah, this isn't very. I mean, it's just basically if you have this stuff, you can make things. Oh, here, so I can make salmon steak. A cool detail about the game: if you cook salmon steak, it actually changes the graphic from raw to this graphic.
That's pretty great.
Which is totally irrelevant, except really awesome. if you just like looking at that kind of thing.
Grey Crow 02 wants to know: can you set up your own traps?
I haven't found any traps.
It seems like Fire Rune is probably the closest thing you can.
Yeah, there are runes that you can set down, but I haven't found any traps. Although I've run over traps, bear traps, and things like that, but I haven't been able to set them down. Maybe I can collect them, and I just didn't try to, but I really haven't found any option for that. Here's some icy water.
I tried to mess around with the bear trap. You can reset them, but yeah, no, you can't pick them up. I think that the Fire Rune is probably the closest you can get. You can certainly use environmental traps to your benefit. I sent my werewolf zombie into a spiky wall trap just because I could.
That's not very nice.
That's not going to kill a zombie, though, especially not a werewolf zombie.
It definitely killed the werewolf zombie very quickly. So yeah, that's still definitely something you can do. But I don't think you can make your own.
So yeah, here's a coastal region. It looks like there's something out there. I don't know what that is. That's like in the middle of the water? No, that's apparently on an outcropping of land. There's also a building over here I haven't discovered yet. But yeah, like in these settings, it could be clear like it is right now. Well, actually, it's partially overcast, but it could also be pouring. A lot of different weather conditions that just make the game feel a lot more realistic. And these cool like HDR effects, when you look down at the ground, you can see your vision kind of brightens there, your eyes adjust. That's the effect that they're mimicking, and then you look back and it darkens and brightens again. So
What's that statue there?
I am definitely going to that statue. Oh, we have incoming. Oh my God.
Are those, what is going on?
I don't know why these horkers.
What?
Horker fighting a giant, what is that thing?
Spitting.
Charus?
Yeah, so they're irritating. They will randomly poison you, and I have to put my armor back up. That's basically the bane of my existence, is constantly triggering ebony flesh, and then alteration up to
76.
There, I just leveled again. I'll just keep doing this level if I keep dying without saving after after triggering it.
Maybe this time you should level up some health.
Actually, I'm gonna nope.
No.
It is a matter of principle now. I will never level anything but Magicka. I need to cast everything. So I'm
Good
gonna.
luck with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this again just so that I can recover everything. So now I'm back at full everything. Oh, this is a rune, so I should be doing that.
Got him.
Oh, well, yeah, my summon was powerful enough.
Some of the viewers are wondering if you've encountered any Easter eggs while playing Skyrim.
I've uncovered chicken eggs and
Not the same thing.
eagle eggs.
Different. Still different.
There's a bunny. Oh!
Whoa!
I found
That was a drive-by flame cloak. Poor bunny.
I know, poor little
There are secrets all over the place. I mean, oh my god.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty sure you have to go in now.
Yeah, I don't think I've cleared this yet. So when you approach a dungeon, you'll get and kill everything there. You'll get this cleared message that shows up to show that you've already been through a territory. I have not been through Highgate ruins, and these look like pretty serious business ruins right here. So I guess I should probably go in them. You'll notice it started snowing.
Yeah, it's so cold here in the studio right now. I feel like we're in the game.
Yeah. But is it actually cold, or is that just the effect
Maybe.
of Skyrim on the mind?
I believe it is the immersive power of Skyrim that you are feeling. It's not actually the temperature in the studio.
Hey, Blind Smith wants to know, how noob-friendly is this to someone who doesn't play mini RPGs?
This is actually the most user-friendly Elder Scrolls game that's ever been made. I mean, the older Elder Scrolls games were not user-friendly whatsoever. This one just happens to make the most sense. I think some of that I know some people miss jumping around like an idiot and
that would be me.
And leveling
I love acrobatics.
where you'd basically just bunny hop around the entire game world in order to level your jumping skill, which Flawless Garnet, you can sell that to level yourself up, but you don't do stuff like that anymore. And the fact that you don't have to make significant class decisions when you start the game, I think goes a long way in making it a lot easier to play, because you don't necessarily have to concentrate on anything, make any big decision until you've already tried it out firsthand and you're really sure that you want to go in that direction.
I'm Anska. Are you here to help?
So here's another example of something just completely randomly happening. I have no idea what's going on here.
Sorry, she's found Vulcan's crypt.
Has to be here. Maybe you could help find it.
So you can stop looking now.
Yeah.
Because you found it.
No, I would like to.
Some old priest buried here long ago.
Uh-oh.
I've been searching for his tomb for a few years now.
So there's probably going to be something cool in this tomb.
It's
like a
probably
scroll?
meaningless to you, but according to family legend, it links our bloodline back. If Vokun is as powerful as I think, I may
So I
need a
need to
little
basically
help.
go kill this
You
guy.
can have anything.